Hey my loves, and welcome to your all signs love reading. This is a general love reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. We will be doing a half of the side will be your energy. The other half will be your person's energy. So whomever you think of when I'm saying your person, whether you're in a committed relationship or just looking to be in one, that kind of thing, will apply. If this applies at all, that is, of course. But as we mentioned, this is just a general reading. So do take it as it resonates with you. It is timeless as well. So whenever you are listening to this is when it should apply to you. So let's go ahead and get started here. We are going to do, this side is your energy currently. This side is your person's energy currently. Okay. This is what you are thinking about your person. This is what your person is thinking about you. Okay. And this is how you would come at your person, or might come at your person, or not. We'll see. And this is how your person may or may not come at you. Okay. And then let's see. All right, let's see what your challenge card is. Alrighty, your Wheel of Fortune is your challenge card, and what you don't see coming is Strength. Okay, so that's pretty, those are some pretty big cards, honestly, for your challenge and what you don't see coming, right? So let's get into this and we'll see how that is going to relate to this. And we will also grab, we can grab a couple, 3 of the clarifying cards at the end should we need to here to see what else we can find out if we need to. But let's take a quick look here. So let's see what your energy is. Right now I've got you with the Hermit, the, oh, I apologize. My fingers are really not picking up anything right now. Oh, the Hermit, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. So right now I feel like you are trying to take back ultimate control, okay? You are in a place where you are trying to be ultimately in control of your own circumstance, okay? So I think that your person has either kind of pushed you away or you've removed yourself from them. But for whatever reason, I do feel like you are really trying to become more independent. The 10 of Pentacles is letting me know that you are ready to be in an independent mindset. The Hermit's letting me know that you are trying to do these things on your own. You're working on yourself. And the Hanged Man is letting me know that you are still really in deep thought, though, about this situation. So I don't think that you are ready for this to be over. I don't think that you are ready for, I don't think you're ready for anything to end, or at least at this particular moment, you are thinking about a lot of things, maybe this relationship, maybe other things, but I don't think you're in a mindset that you want to make a move right this second. I see you more in a contemplative state, trying to work on yourself, be independent, kind of hermit situation, you know, kind of isolating in a way that you really want to kind of really put thought into where you are. Maybe so that you can put thought into where they are or where you could be together. Okay. So your person, we have them at Page of Swords. We have their energy as the 8 of Pentacles, and we have their energy as the Magician. Okay. So I feel like your person is in a place where really and truly they are just focused on work. To be honest with you, I feel like maybe that's kind of where you felt like they backburnered you a bit. Maybe they were working a lot. Maybe they were putting a lot into trying to make something happen. The Magician does that, right? They try to make things happen. They try to make magic, right? They try to use all their tools. Plug and chugging away here with their 8 of Pentacles lets me know, you know, that Page of Swords, they're trying to bring opportunity, right? So I feel like they are really trying to make things happen, maybe in their work life, maybe in their home life, what have you, as far as like, you know, maybe they're working on their house. Maybe they're working on selling a house, buying a house. Maybe they're working on just their business. Maybe they're starting their own business, or they own their own business and they're working on that. Maybe they're just really focused on heavy projects at their work, that kind of stuff. But I feel like they're really just kind of plugging, chugging away, focused on that. And I feel like for you, you're kind of trying to mirror that, mimic that a little bit. And I think it's because you kind of felt like they backburnered you. They kind of picked maybe their work focus over you, or they weren't putting enough effort into you. And so you're kind of wanting to think on that, right? You're kind of wanting to see, okay, can I live that way? Number one, can I do it without them the way they're doing it without me? If I pour myself into work or business or something that I enjoy, or focus on something else, you know, on my own personal, do I see what they see? Can I see through their eyes, how they, you know, can get so wrapped up that maybe they just didn't have time for me? Or is it all a bunch of crap, right? Is it all a big lame excuse that they were just so busy they couldn't spend time with me? Or, you know, they were just always doing this or doing that and they just didn't have time because, you know, I'm feeling like they should have been able to make time, but maybe if I focus, I can see where they're coming from. I don't know. I think you're trying to kind of work that out. So let's see what your energy is towards them though. Like, what are you thinking about them right now? And you have actually, gosh, these. So we have the 9 of Wands, we have the 3 of Pentacles, and we have the Star. I was going to pick all these up and show them to you, but I mean, you're just going to have to trust me, right? Because I can't pick these up. So for you, I feel like you really are looking at them thinking, okay, you see them, you want to cooperate with them, you want them to cooperate. I really feel like with the Star card, in the Star, they're pouring out water on both sides. Okay. And I think as you're kind of working through being more independent, you're starting to kind of see, okay, there's a balance, right? I can see that, but I also see that there's no reason that they couldn't have some water for the work pile and have some for me too. You know, if you really are the Star that I think you are, you should be able to kind of do both, right? It should be not that big of a burden, right? I mean, you should be wanting to protect my feelings. And, you know, this 9 of Wands in a way is like almost at the point of putting burdens down, but it's also a protection card, right? It's like building that fence up around you too. And I think part of that is kind of where you are towards them. You're thinking, okay, I don't understand. Okay, I've put myself in this position. I've kind of isolated. I've kind of thrown myself into whatever you've thrown yourself into, project, work, relationships with family, friends, you know, something other than romance with this person, right? And you've really put thought into it. And I think your thought process is, you know, it's not that difficult to make time for both, you know, if it's that important to you. If it's that important, you can find a way to cooperate, work together, right? If they're working on a house, if they're working on a business, if they're working on something, talk to you about it. Include you. Even if you can't physically be there to help them with it, they can include you in some way, right? Make you feel a little bit more like part of their life, right? And I think that's what you're feeling, but you're also feeling like until they do, you're very much feeling like you're walled off to this person a bit, okay? For them, what they're thinking of you is Page of Wands, okay? Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like for them, they really truly feel like they are trying to put themselves in a position to offer you stability, okay? They know that you are a protected, guarded person. They know that about you, okay? They know you're a person who worries. They know you're a person who doesn't like to be left hanging. You like the stability. You like to have somebody like that. That's why you were drawn to this person in the first place, right? They were a stable person. They were a person that you thought, okay, that's somebody I could see a future with, because they would be a very grounded person, a very, you know, going forward, they would be somebody who would provide a stable lifestyle or future. They're not the kind that's going to just disappear or, you know, go gamble away their life savings tomorrow, or, you know, just crazy stuff. And maybe you've been through that and you're like, I don't want that anymore, right? So you are a little bit protective, right, towards anything like that, especially when they're kind of not being as communicative as you need them to be. But that's this person's situation, is they're just not a very communicative person. Okay. I don't feel like that's what they are. I feel like they're a person who they show their affection through acts of service, gifts. And by that love language, I mean that they want to provide you with security long-term and financial, you know, safety, okay? Because they know that's important to you in the long term. How do they do that? Now, in their mind, how they do that is they plug and chug away at work. They pull their magician hats out and wands and cups and all their stuff, and they make things happen. They make magic happen, right? They bring in opportunities. They plug away at it until they make things happen, right? They create that security. They create that. They are, you know, seeing you as the person that they want to really hold in high esteem. You know, Ace of Pentacles. They want to put you up on that pedestal. They want to give you the world, right? They want to be your Knight of Pentacles and bring it to you. They want to offer that up to you. That is what they really want to do. They really want to bring you, you know, some fiery hot offers and opportunities to move forward, but they aren't communicative. Okay. They're not the kind of people that explain that very well. And for you, that's really got you spinning, right? You're walled off. You've kind of withdrawn from them a little bit, and you're like, okay, still don't get it. Still don't get why they couldn't include me more. Why can't they talk to me about it more? If they still want to be with me, you know, or if they still like me, or they still care about me, or why can't they make time for me? Why can't they include me? What are they doing all the time? Or nobody's that busy, you know, that kind of feeling. And that's kind of where you are. You're feeling like, you know, they're the star and you're just one of these people orbiting around them. You could be anybody and they wouldn't care. But instead you want them to, you know, really be there for you. And if they're going to pour out, you know, their water, their resources, their efforts, their energy, their love, their time, give some to their efforts and work, give some to you, right? You see that as being completely plausible. Okay, but the thing here is that I think they see that as well. I think they do too. They just don't know how to do it. They know how to grind on something. They know how to accomplish things, right? Communication's not really their forte, right? So if you are looking for somebody who is, you know, going to sit home and, you know, cuddle on the couch with you all day, that's not what this person is. This person's idea of being there for you is to really make things happen and provide safety and security and financial stability for you. They want to give you things, give you everything. They want to make you that Ace of Pentacles, right? And I'm sure that that is something that they feel like you would enjoy too, because they feel like you're a little bit walled off. But they don't understand maybe that part of it is too, there's a happy medium somewhere in there. You guys need to really communicate on. Okay, so are you going to communicate? That's the question. So let's see what we've got down here. Are you coming towards them? Are you not? So we have the Tower. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so really, I feel like this is something where if you're going to go to them, okay, you're going to have to go to them, and realistically, you are going to have to basically say, we have to kind of tear down the way we've been doing things, and we have to start over, right? Because you see this person viewing you as a burden, okay? You see them viewing you as like, here's their work, and here's like, if I get time, or are you bothering me when I'm at work again? That's not how they feel at all, but that's how you feel, and perception is reality, okay? So you need to let them know that you feel that way, okay? And you need to say, listen, we need to tear down all of these ideas. If this is not how you feel, I need to hear that from you. If this is something that you are working because that's how you show your love, I need to hear that from you. If you're doing this for me because you see me as your future, I need to hear that from you, right? If that's how you feel. You need to know, right? You need open communication, okay? Because this Ace of Cups is letting me know that you are very much still overflowing with interest in this person. You want this to work. You want them to be there for you. You want to hear all of those things from them. You are totally fine with starting over with this person. I do feel like that, okay? I do feel like this is this person that you are feeling this way about. Like, I want to start over with you with a new understanding of what we're doing, okay? But I need X, Y, and Z from you, right? Because I don't want to feel like I'm just a burden in your life, right? I want to feel like I'm important. I'm something major to you, right? So let's see how they approach you, you know, whether they come first or you come first to them. Let's see how this is going to. So we have the Five of Swords, we have the High Priestess, and we have the Five of Cups, okay? So I do feel like this person, if you do approach them with this position, they may be a little combative, okay? And I do feel like part of that is because they're going to feel like in this, like you're kicking over some of their cups, like you're kind of poo-pooing on their parade, if you will. Like, they think that in their mind, everything they're doing for you, or everything that they're doing rather, is kind of in their mindset been for you all along, right? And you don't see it that way. And you're like, what's the point? You know, what's the point in you doing these things for me if you don't even talk to me, if you don't even see me, if we don't even spend time together? And I think that they are really lamenting that. And I think they're really lamenting, they're going to let you know that they're really lamenting the fact that you have kind of pulled away from them a little bit up here in the beginning. You really have. You've been kind of removed from them, I feel like, as of late. So I do feel like that's kind of the thing. And I think this is kind of like the conflict. I do think you guys had a little bit of some sort of words, or maybe there was an ultimatum given and you didn't like the answer, or there was just kind of a not seeing eye to eye, and one of you went one way and one of you went the other. And I definitely think that's kind of what it was. And I think you're saying that, like, I think they're telling you, like, I turned my back because you didn't seem to give a crap that I was working myself to death for us, right? It was like you didn't even care. So I think that really hurt their feelings a little bit, to be honest with you. And I think at this point, they want you to really make a choice. Like, I think that they are really kind of at that point where they're saying, you know, listen, this is what I can give. This is who I am, okay? I am not that cuddly, emotionally open, sit on the couch and snuggle all day and hold your hand and tell you every move I make kind of person, okay? That's not who I am. I'm the other side, right? I'm that get it done, take care of you, make sure you're well cared for. I will put you up on a pedestal, but, you know, if you need somebody to reassure you of that every 5 minutes, I'm not the one, right? And I think that's where this is going to come in from you. You're going to say, you know, listen, either we start over and we are able to communicate how much we care and how much we can, you know, really tolerate, you know, really hash it out, like a come to Jesus meeting here. Like, okay, I understand what you can give, and do you understand what I need? Where can we meet in the middle? You know, if we can't do that, then, you know, I feel like then this tower becomes a moment where this whole thing crashes and burns and there's really no looking back, right? Because I feel like at this point you're like, otherwise I just feel like I'm a burden and I'm really causing no help for you, okay? So the main thing here is, what's your challenge, okay? It is the Wheel of Fortune. And I think this is the biggest challenge for you right here. This Wheel of Fortune is the biggest challenge because you both see fortune in the same way but also you convey it very differently. So while you feel like you need security, you need it financially in one way too, but you also need them to, convey what they're doing. You need more communicative situation. You appreciate that, but you need more communication, and they need more ego petting per se. I don't really want to say it in a negative sounding way, but they really need to know that you understand that they are working this hard to make things happen for you. So that they feel appreciated too. Okay, so really and truly, the whole key here, the whole movement forward, the challenge really is that you guys you're really both trying to work towards each other, and you're both looking to work together. It's a matter of, can you reach common ground communication? Okay, can you reach that common ground agreement so that your fortunes align, so that that wheel of fortune becomes in sync, right? And that's the main thing. Are they going to be able to say, okay, I can give a little here, and you can say, okay, I can give a little here, and we can be fine, right? I don't need this much. You can back down and work a little bit and spend a little bit more time with me, but at the same time, I appreciate all that you're doing. And they can say, okay, I can give you a little bit more time, but you have to understand that this is what I do, my passion, and also how I show my love to you, because I feel good about myself when I do this for you. That kind of thing. You kind of have to understand. I just think you've really, really lacked communication here. And what you don't see coming is strength. And I think that's a major player here, because I think the thing is that for those of you who really want to make this work, I think that it takes an incredible amount of strength to kind of tear down a relationship together and rebuild it together with new terms, right? Especially when you've kind of broken apart a little bit, you've been separated a little bit, you've had time to think on things. Sometimes that can really cause people to be like, oh, I didn't like this. I don't see why they were like this, because, I'm focused on work, but I could also still focus on that. You can kind of see people's, from people's perspective, but it can also go the other way, right? But for you, I feel like the strength here is being able to approach the subject, okay? With this full Ace of Cups, open heart energy, ready to really embrace the fact that you are going to be strong enough to open yourself up. Let this person know how you feel and try to work through it with them, because you really want to. Knowing that, it may or may not be something you can come to terms with, and it may crash and burn, right? Or it may be something that, because of this, you guys learned so much more about each other, what you really truly need, okay? Like the real nitty gritty of what is an absolute necessity versus what I just want, right? But this is what we actually need from each other to make it, and everything else is kind of just icing on the cake. Work through that. That's going to take the strength to do that, to have that conversation, especially not knowing how it's going to end. But I do see you having that conversation, and I do think that the strength there is going to come from you. And I think that's going to be a really big surprise for you, honestly, because I think at this particular moment, you're still up here, kind of separated, kind of like thinking things through, being very independent, very exclusive, to kind of being by yourself and doing things your way, and not really seeing their side too much. But I think you will work through to that. So let's see what we can see for the next 3 months, please. Just some general energy for the next 3 months, please. All right. All right, well, we have the Two of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Devil card. So I do feel like there is going to be a decision you're going to have to make, okay? And I do feel like there's going to be some devil energy here. So if there has been another person involved, okay, especially up here where we see this, what you're thinking towards your other person, this working together situation. If there was any thought that perhaps while you kind of guys are on respite or separation or whatever a bit, or just not maybe speaking as much, maybe you thought, oh, they're talking to someone else. They're probably seeing somebody else, you know, or, you know, they don't really think much of me. They're the star and I'm just one of many probably orbiting their earth. You know, I think that devil energy could be somebody else, okay, that tries to sabotage y'all's relationship. But also the devil energy can sometimes be really your own personal issues, right? So you can be tied to another person, but you can also be tied to a specific idea. And again, I think that's major player here, right? This is where that strength card is going to come in. If you're somebody who is just so tied, hell-bent, steadfast, it has to be my way or the highway. I am not going to change what I need from this person, right? They're either going to be tied to me in a way that I say, which means I need them to, you know, really kind of put work aside and make me the center focal point of attention at all times, immediately, right now. You know, that's some devil energy because it's kind of playing with your head, right? It's making you think, oh gosh, they're looking at me as a burden, or I'm just one of many, you know, who knows what all they're doing. You know, your head is the devil energy is what I'm saying. If you're an overthinker, that's letting your mind get the best of you. Okay. And so if you let that happen, that can be very, very negative as well. Okay. But I do feel like with this Three of Cups, this is a celebration, type of card, happiness type of card. I think that you will make a decision that will lead to your happiness. Okay. Now, whether that decision will be to cut ties with this person because, you know, maybe you do have the talk with them and you realize that they are not going to make those changes. They cannot give you what you need. And so you just decide that you can't be tied to that. Okay. Because that's negative energy. That's in your view, that's devil type energy or negative type energy that you cannot put up with or tolerate if they just say, listen, I'm never going to be that person, never going to be that person for you. And you decide to make the choice to cut ties and go and let the whole relationship burn to the ground. I still think you are going to find your happiness. Okay. Maybe by yourself, maybe with somebody else, maybe with friends over the summer. You know, I don't know, but I do think that it will turn out well for you. I do think you're going to make a decision though, that is going to lead to your happiness. And it's definitely going to include some difficult decisions. Okay. That's going to include some really cutting of the negative out. So whether it's the negative feelings you have towards this person, or whether it's you feel like this person's never going to be able to give you what you need and that's too negative for you to continue with and you cut that out. Either way, I do feel like you are going to move forward in a very positive light over the next few months. So I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, all that other great stuff. And I hope to see you back really, really soon. Bye.